Hey, how's it going, everyone? So today I am pretty much picking up exactly where we left off yesterday, which is working with the processing of payments in my Rebase multi-tenant Laravel application here. Um, what I had to do offline yesterday, just because I can't show that stuff, is the creating of the product actually inside of um, Stripe. So the product's been created, making sure I'm not showing any env files. Good. I've got all the stuff kind of loaded into my env file, and then I created in here, which you can see, a pricing config file. So the way I handle pricing usually is I kind of set up the products that I need, and then I set up based on the name of it. So this is manual. It's something that I just do whenever I create a new product, and that is I sit there and I say, okay, well, what's the name of this? The product is called plan, or it's called test. Sorry, that's the key for it inside of the env file. The product has 3 different pricing tiers. I just call them high, medium, and low in here, and then I named them accordingly, so they each have an ID and a price associated with them. Price is in cents, so it's in so this is, I just made these up. They're testing, so it's like $40, which is I think 4,000 cents. I did 40, 70, and 100 or something like that. I don't know. That whatever it is. So that's this part. Then in the oh boy, where is it now? In the view registration, I think here. Yeah, in this guy. So this was the page this is the registration page. So all we have now, we still have grab the credit card, the expiration date, and the CVC. When we hit send, it does this handle card thing inside of the payment first. So that's the first thing it does, which basically it sends all this client secret information and this data over to Stripe. Stripe is going to return a result, which is going to say, hey, okay, which is the payment method. Then things are, it's kind of ready to go. And then you do a post to your own route, which in this case is pay, which is going to actually do the payment. So process payment. I haven't started this really yet because I have to make a couple of changes here. We just grab the request and we're just saying, okay, new subscription, grab the plan, grab the pricing information, I think is what I need. And then we'll send over. So that's kind of where I'm at this moment in time. And I'm drinking coffee. And yeah, and I think that's really where we're at this moment in time. So I got to make sure I got new subscription correct. The other difference here is that I'm kind of hard coding these, like pricing, plan, test. Obviously, if I had multiple plans, multiple pricings, or if I cared about that information, I'd have to get this stuff from a different way. So I'm going to make it a little bit modular here right now, but not like, well, actually not even really. I'm just going to grab the config, I think, just to make sure that it works. And then once I know it works, then I can go back and I can make it work based on like, oh, okay, they're picking this plan, or they're picking this plan, or whatever that the information happens to be. So this is kind of just like, let's get the happy path working correctly, which is the first idea here. And then once we know everything's working, we can go from there. All right, let me make sure everything is looking good on that side there of things. All right, so yeah, so I think at this point we send over the client secret, get back the payment method. We send over the form data, and let me look at the form data that I've done so far here. View register user. Yeah, I'm just hard coding test at the moment in time. We'll grab their email address, their name, and I already have the slug in there, so that's good. Oh, the intent. That was something I didn't set up yesterday that I did send up today, which is, where is that? If you go to view registration, not PHP, so the PHP side of things. Oh no, I guess it is coming from the user side of things. Okay, so view register user. We have our Stripe key. I'm creating a new account because I haven't saved anything at this moment in time yet. So new account, and then we could create the setup intent, which kind of gives you all like the secret keys, and I guess it sends data over and does other stuff to it. The only other thing I did, which I didn't do yesterday, was I'm passing over this with data. So with view data, this is Inertia's way of kind of breaking out of view props. So if you need something that's not in the, that you don't need to pass down to the templates for any reason, you're going to be working with some like data that's like different. It's just variables. So this data, like, so this stripe thing right here, this doesn't need, I actually need to use this in the head, in the metadata. So if you look at my app, yesterday I just deleted the code just to make sure that the thing worked, but where is it? app.blade. So I have this is set stripe, and stripe is true essentially is what I'm saying here. And it's going to load the stripe JavaScript. I don't want the JavaScript loaded at all on pages where I'm not doing anything with stripe. There's no reason for it, because this does I think like a call out to make sure things are loaded. So there's a couple things here. I don't think it's super heavy, but it's heavier than I need for a page that's not doing anything with stripe. So I just kind of wrap it around this and say, okay, if we're passing in some sort of stripe variable that says yes, use stripe, then it loads that. And that's what this does with view data. So now I have stripe, I load it, and I say, okay, once I get ready to render the page, it says, hey, make sure this is on this page. It loads that, and then we're off to the races. Okay, so that's working. Let's see what is actually working here. Where's Firefox? Firefox is over here. Oh, I should probably pull a tab out. Okay. So this will be /register. All right. Oh, looks like I broke something, because that's taking way too long. Or Homestead crashed on me. One or the other. Let's see. It's thinking. Okay. This just takes, I don't know why I like the new error stuff in Laravel, but at the same time, it seems like the first initial error you get, if you haven't, it's like starting from, I guess, like some sort of cold start or something, it takes a brutally long time in Homestead. I don't know if that's everywhere. And I don't know why, and I don't know if there's something I can do to change that. But it's like, I was pretty sure at that point that it was either an error or Homestead was just off and it couldn't figure out where this rebase.test URL was. But that's the taking. It's like, why does this take this much time to pop up an error? The old whoops stuff did not take that long. So I don't know. I know they're doing a little bit more than what whoops was doing, which is great, I guess. I don't know. To me, it's like, wow, great, you've done this thing. Thanks for making it take 100 times longer sometimes to load an error page. It's like when I was in high school, if we had a substitute teacher, I knew that they were calling my name when they paused, because they just didn't know how to pronounce my last name. So they'd be like, Joe. And even if there were 4 other Joes in the class, if there was just a pause, like just Joe, I'm like, Sam Flown right here. I just knew it. It's the same thing with this. It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a really long delay. All right, I got an error. All right, where the hell is that? This is happening in process payment. Okay. Oh, all right. So here, let me just hit save. refresh that out. Holy crap. So this is probably another error somewhere inside of this thing. Let's see. Come on. I can knit a blanket while I'm waiting. Let me see if I can debug it before it even comes back with an error. Where could this possibly be? So it's probably in view registration. No, that doesn't look like that's going to be an error. Process payment. Oh, it passed over to registration. What in the hell is going on here? Man, like Wi-Fi or something? Oh, hey, it worked. Why did it take 31.66 seconds to do anything? Okay, let's look at that. There's no queries on this page. Literally none. All right, the view is what you're looking at. There's nothing going on here. Models. What could that have been? Booting. Booting took 19 seconds. Application loading took another 11 seconds. All right, so that ain't good. Let's refresh this and see if it's going to do the same thing. Not that I feel like waiting a whole nother 30 seconds of this, but all right, I'm gonna say, okay, I think this is a system thing now. All right, let's see. Well, all right, this is gonna, all right, I'm gonna just kill this tab. Let's see what else I'll have to kill here. I have table plus open. I do have a few other tabs open, but it shouldn't be doing this. This is all right. I'm just gonna try closing some tabs on my browser. One that's open. Hopefully nothing too horrible crashes. I didn't have that much stuff open. Like I usually have even like Spotify going, and I don't right now. It is running through my. I'm not on Wi-Fi, am I? Oh, that shouldn't. Well, I mean it's on it, but it's not using it. Let's see what's going on here. this is system-wide. Okay. Ugh. Let's see if I can do. Oh boy. Okay, that took an incredibly longer amount of time than it really should have. All right, I may have to just bring down the whole thing, which I don't want to do. All right, well, let's try this first. Homestead halt. And homestead up. There's no reason to provision it. I don't think I made any changes, but I'm also going to turn off my Wi-Fi. Let's see if I just nuke everything. Shouldn't.